Nibbles. J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. First one in line, it's not really a question. It's just kind of his usual shout outs in his way, or just, kind of letting people know what he likes and what he's into. Give out people ideas for bands, but it's a goddamn paid skis from Adam Benenson. Paid Scroony. What's up, dog? I think my paid Scroony might have gotten cut off. So here's again is my top 25 metal albums, just in case. Send that through email. So yeah, yes, it did get cut off. So good enough to see you had enough goddamn brain cells to send it in a separate email, because some guys, they don't get the goddamn message. They'll send the PayPal. I'm like, it cuts off here, man. I told you what to fucking do. So just read up to where it gets cut off. He puts, so this is his top 25, and it's reverse 25. So I'm assuming he means these are in order. I mean, if I was to do my top 25, I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to do it in order. I'd be able to shout stuff out. Kind of like what would I do? Didn't I do, was it the top 6 metal albums I did? That wasn't really in order. It's just kind of like, here's 6 that are fucking, they're in there, goddammit. And there's about probably another 6. For example, I know I didn't put Show No Mercy in there. I purposely kind of did it as well, just because I didn't want complete obvious stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that's hand in hand. Like a lot of things are equal. Like I don't have like a number one. There's a few things. There's about 10 albums that are number one. So I don't know if it's the same for Adam. He didn't clarify that. Goddamn it. That's Layla Lover too. For in case of all the newbies in here, comments on the goddamn channel every day. Meet the goddamn stickers, etc., etc. But I'm assuming this is a reverse order as best as he could do. He put number 25, and I'm not doing my old countdown, but number 25, and then it's 24, 23, all the way down to number 1, is Hour of Penance, Paradogma. Yeah, I've never listened to anything by them, but I remember you bringing them up, and we've had them in stock. So it's a band, maybe I've heard them, but I know exactly who they are. This one was an interesting one. Slotbath, Alchem, Alkel, God damn, I can't pronounce the fucking thing. Goddamn, we put out Alchemical Warfare. Thought that was kind of cool. But next one as well too. Destructor Opprobrium, which I just talked about that on yesterday's video. Um, as far as top death metal albums from Australia. And next he has Tetragrammaton, Typhoid Tantric. The long ass fucking title, but aren't they all? Necromantian Visions of Trismegistos, King Diamond, Them, Entrails, Tales from the Morgue. That's probably my favorite Entrails as well. Tales from the Morgue is the first album. But the first 4 are all extremely fucking good. But yeah, probably Tales from the Morgue. Cryptopsy, Blasphemy Made Flesh, Dio, Holy Diver, Behemoth, Demigod. See, it's funny, I don't even think I ever listened to the Demigod album. In fact, what are we talking about? I know I haven't listened to the goddamn Demigod album. Last one I heard was the Zoeus Chaos Cultus. Said it before, said it again. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of don't like it. And I was just like, this band, they're just changing way too much. It went from an all black metal band, which their first 2 albums, Grom and was Savanth, Storming the Baltic. Those are the first 2. Those are great. It's just straight up black metal. And then they started, being more of a death black metal band, Pandemonic Incantations and Satanica, Lemma Point 6. Satanica is probably my all-time favorite. In case you haven't give a goddamn fuck. And that's Satanica, not the Satanist. Satanist, again, I haven't listened to that either. People say it's great. Oh, you gotta check it out, dog. It's kind of like, the truth be told is, the later Behemoths, probably none of it sucks. I'm just kind of like, just disinterested, because it's like, it's just a commercial metal band now that drastically changed from they are. And then it's got all these fucking canoes that fall. What are you talking about, dog? You like commercial metal bands like, oh, damn, Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, and Dying Fetus. I do, but those bands, they're the same goddamn style. It was less goddamn annoying. I mean, literally, again, I've been over this a million fucking times. There's a new Deicide sound like the first Deicide. No, but it's the same style of fucking 90s style death metal. So it's same kind of fucking music. Behemoth, it's drastically fucking different. It just seems like, I don't know, and then fucking what's his face in the band, complete goddamn poser, comes off. Who the fuck? I forget his name. You shout his goddamn name. I talked about him on the channel. Yeah, it was just kind of like Zoe's kind of cultist. It came out around the time Gateways of Annihilation, Morbid Angel, and it sounds like that. You can tell it's like, well, why are you like taking influences put out of a later mediocre at best, Morbid Angel album. I just checked out, but maybe you put them on, you're like, ah, they're fucking cool. Kind of a similar category as Marduk to a lesser extent, because I don't think Marduk ever changed. They stayed an extreme black metal band. It's just all the the vocalist changes. After Legion, it's like, just Plague Angel, I do own it. Went back to it. It's ferociously fast. I'll give it that. And I remember it being good. But it's kind of like, and the rest I've heard them, the Roms and the Front Shrine or whatever. You just put on, you're like, it's good. It's quality black metal, and Marduk's done nothing junk, and it's definitely respectable. But it's just doesn't have the same feel to me. But again, you put it on, I don't think it's junk, and I'm assuming Behemoth would fall into that category too. So don't hate them. I just not interested in listening to it. To be honest with you, I just look at it and I'm just like, I just don't even care. But the other shit's great. Flayed Disciple, Deathhammer. I don't know who the fuck they are. Black Dawn, Blood for Satan. You know, you got that recommendation from the dog, blah, blah. You didn't find that one on your own. No way, Jose. That was a fucking dog check out for sure. Ain't nobody else say Black Dawn, Blood for Satan. Necrophagius Epitaph, Gore Rotted, Mutilated in Minutes. It sounds like another dog mention. Mutilated Minutes is fucking great. Mutilated Minutes, Severed in Seconds. Misery Index, The Killing Gods. Don't think I ever listened to it. I listened to the only thing I heard by Misery Index is when they first came out. Jason, when he left or kicked out of Dying Fetus. I've heard it both ways. He started Misery Index, I remember that, and they did an EP first. I listened to it, I'm like, it's okay. I was like, it's just kind of more grindcore where it's like, this again. That didn't really stand out, and I never listened to anything since. So I don't know. Some people say they love them. It was just stuff that looked like, again, I heard that, and the band just didn't look interesting to me. But it is possible I put it on. Oh, it's fucking great. Morbid Angel, Ultras of Madness. Shit, that should be on everybody's goddamn list. Goat Whore, Constricting Rage of the Merciless. Yep, never to this day, you've got to listen to Goat Whore. Deicide, Scars of the Crucifix. Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. Sarcophago, INRI. Toxic Holocaust and Overdose of Death. Municipal Waste, Hazardous Mutation. Dying Fetus, Descendant of Depravity. Exhumed Gore Metal. And number one, he has his Cattle Decapitation, Monolith of Inhumanity. So I'm assuming that's his favorite record of all time, which is a strange pick, but that's cool. Yeah, all in all, I think this list is pretty fucking cool. I mean, is it my tops? I mean, there's a few of them in there we agree on, but the reason I think it's cool is because it seems like a more open-minded person that likes metal across the board, and they go by their own personal emotions and feel of what they actually hear and feel on their own, unbiasedly, when sitting down and listening to it, not taking influence from of opinions of others. And not just the metal scene. I'm talking in general. I truly believe most people in this world do not truly love and passionate about what they actually say that they are or that they follow. It's they feel that they need to, or they are influenced by others to be into it. I've already been over my example with the dumbass sports games and shit. They say they like it so much, but they're not even watching it half the time. The game is on and they're in there fucking socializing. You would think if they're so passionate about wearing all the gear and shit like that, you think they'd be on the goddamn edge of their seat watching that shit in suspense, but they're not. So it's the fit in. But to use the metal scene analogy, everyone thinks your top has to be. I mean, dude, if you look at the average tops, it's going to be something along these lines, give or take. It's going to be Venom, Merciful Fate, Slayer, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Dio, and if you're getting into death metal, they're going to say Possessed, The Morbid Angel, Autopsy, and maybe they'll throw in fucking a Pestilence or something. But the same old like yawn. Not that I don't like that shit. So that's in my like Merciful Fate's definitely in my tops, and I just mentioned stuff that I show no mercies in mine. But what I'm saying is that you ever notice it's everybody's fucking list? That's not by accident, man. It's because you're going off of like you almost feel like that's what what it has to be. If you say anything out of the norm, you're not allowed to say that. Like you're not allowed to say that's some obscure band that didn't do anything is one of your favorites. Now, I always clarify they're not as important of a band. They weren't like when I ripped out fucking Jimmy on the Block or whatever like that. Notable bands. he's bringing up like who's as goated bands that kind of did something for death metal or brutal death, and then there's certain obvious shit that was just left off or put at the bottom. Like, okay, maybe you personally enjoyed those songs more, and I can understand that. And kudos there for admitting it and not just following the goddamn pact. But I always try to make the goddamn disclaimer. I was like, I'm fully fucking aware that is nowhere near as an important fucking band. So, like whether it be a Swedish death metal band like take Mega Slaughter's album, Calls from Beyond. I think that album smokes Entombed Clandestine. And I do like Entombed Clandestine, but if I had to compare apples to apples, two Swedish goddamn death metal albums, it smokes it. Which is more successful, though, and influenced more bands and people's favorites? Clandestine. What is a more important death metal record in the metal scene? Clandestine by Entombed. But what do I personally like more? Megaslaughter. And there's a lot of guys, they almost feel like obligated to have to say the Entombed records because you have to. Now, don't be wrong, some of my shits are obvious too. Like my favorite Swedish death metal record of all time is Like an Ever Flowing Stream. That's an obvious, like almost obligated pick, right? But for me, it's the first one I heard. I think that is the very first Swedish death metal album I heard, and I just override the overture. I think one of the goddamn greatest, actually one of, I'd say that probably is the goddamn greatest Swedish death metal song ever fucking written. So that's for me, but I don't know. I think most lists when people make them, it's just cringe. It's just like, oh, the obvious. Why don't you say something like it's cool looking at Adam? Says he's saying shit. Flayed Disciple. I don't know who the fuck that is. So it just seems like you're thinking more for yourself and not just being a goddamn sheep and just following the rest of the sheep up the goddamn hill. So yeah, pretty goddamn cool list, I thought. Mika Natterstad. Paid question. How is the dog's right pectoral muscle tear healing? Look at that goddamn homeboy. Sends it a paid ski to check on the goddamn dog. I experienced a severe right pectoral muscle tear 2 months before I attended Cannibal Corpse's live cannibalism video recording. Oh, no shit. You're there at the goddamn. That's one. You could argue that is the greatest death metal live album out there based off sound quality alone. I mean, that thing sounds fucking tits. Now, I wasn't at that actual show, but that was the tour that I first saw Cannibal Corpse on. Bloodthirst. The tour they were on for live cannibalism. And they recorded that. Where was that? Isn't that in Wisconsin, I think it is? Or is it in Chicago? Somewhere over there. Might be Chicago. I forget exactly, but that's fucking phenomenal. So you were there, goddammit, at that actual show. After attempting to mosh at that show, that's why I don't mosh, brah, where I could barely lift my right arm. See, that's exactly why, dude. Disclaimer too, and saying, I mean, Kingy always asks me, Kingy's a friend, and I've always turned him down. I do not arm wrestle, and I do not mosh. I do not stage dive. I do not do any of that shit. Why? Because it sounds pussy as fuck. Because if you get an injury, I'm fucked. I can't go to the gym. The gym is my fucking hobby. That is my outlet. That is what I do. I need that in my life. I just do. Whether it's Dumbo, meathead, or whatever, I cannot function without it. This is my mental health will go to shit, and I have no problem admitting it. It is what it is. You just recognize what you need, and I need that. So if I get hurt, I'm fucked. And guys like, there's who mean nothing to you. Victor Martinez, retired pro bodybuilder. Ian Valier, retired pro bodybuilders. Both of them, Ian had his arm broken during a goddamn arm wrestling match. Victor had his broken arm or tore bicep. Long story short, multiple bodybuilder guys have had their arm injured during arm wrestling. Now, arm wrestling is not a measurement of fucking body strength. It's technique and shit like that. Yeah, of course there is. If technique to technique, if you take a ham and egger off the street, he never arm wrestles. You take a guy who goes to the gym and trains, he doesn't arm wrestle. Of course, the guy who trains is going to have more strength overall. But look at some of the top fucking arm wrestlers in the world. You're like, what the fuck? This guy can beat so and so. That's why when you watch that movie with Sylvester Stallone, Over the Top, and you're like, there's no way Stallone can beat those guys. Now, in real life, no, he can't because he's not he's not practicing arm wrestling. But theoretically, if he was an arm wrestler, some of the much bigger guys, that's all the time, dude. The guy that look up Ian Valier. He just retired last year, pulled out probably before his health went to shit. Probably a smart idea. And he realized he's gone as far as he can go. That's my guess, but who the fuck am I? And I don't want to talk shit about the guy because I actually do like him. Look at him up 2 years ago. Behemoth as fuck. Makes the dog look like you don't even work out. Look, you go to the gym, bro. Me stand next to him. That's what it looks like. That's why I laugh when people are like, "You're big, dude." The guy that broke his arm doesn't even look like he lifts, but he's just an armor. He's a professional arm wrestler. That's why he wanted to arm wrestle Ian, because it's like, oh, the big guy. Let me see if I can beat him. It's like, of course you can beat me, dude. That's your profession. It's his technique. So fuck all that dumbass arm wrestling. Now, if you're into it, put this way, and that's the thing too. If somebody's dead set serious, I say because they're kind of, oh, yeah, I was like, it's $1,000. $1,000, dude. I'm not risking injury for what? I don't give a fuck if you can beat me or or you can beat me. I can't beat you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not an arm wrestler. I don't give a shit. So I don't arm wrestle. I don't, and that's why I don't go in the pit either. Granted, I stopped before working out and shit. But that's why I specifically would not. They got really good, fucking Deicide's playing. They got just jammer after jammer. They finally play goddamn Bastard of Christ, which they won't. But shit like that, you just want to fucking jump in and smash a canoe skull. I would purposely refrain and hold myself back because, yeah, if I get hurt, I'm fucked. That's why I don't even like. I go out to Phoenix, Arizona. My sister-in-law, she owns horses and shit like that. Want to get on the horse? No. I think it's cool and stuff like that. If I fall off and I get hurt, I'm fucked. I am absolutely fucked. It sounds stupid as hell, but that's what all pro bodybuilders do too. Like, you don't ride motorcycles, you don't do anything other, because if you get hurt, you're fucking screwed. You're fucking screwed. So yeah, I don't do any of that shit. So you goddamn know. For that reason, there you go. You tore your goddamn pec in the pit. Um, yeah, 100% possible. You could sprain an ankle, tear a calf, fall away, tear a hamstring. You're fucked, man. You're fall down, bend it, tear a quad. Fucked. And especially if you are into the bodybuilding training and stuff like that, you're much more tight and your mobility sucks. So I'm much more likely to tear something by tweaking something the wrong way than the average person that's more pliable and loose. So if I go down quite just a little, just the wrong way, bend a knee, I could literally just tear my fucking quad off the bone, and you are fucked. When you have a quad tear, because I saw the surgery for my pec tear, which I need surgery. He's like, yeah, if you tear a quad, you tear a tricep, that's auto. You have to get surgery. He's like, you literally have to. He's like, you can't walk, and for a tricep, if you tear, you can't bend your elbow. So, you will not see the dog but be partaking in those goddamn activities. Don't even fucking ask. And if you absolutely want him to, it's 10 bennies up front cash. Yeah, fuck the hell out of this goddamn guy's fucking life story. I went to see an orthopedic specialist. Yeah, I went to an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in sports. He does a lot of the guys for the NFL and shit like that. When they looked at the MRI results, they essentially said my right pectoral was hacked up for barbecue. Well, yeah, you got it much worse than I did. My orthopedic surgeon, he didn't even take an MRI because they took X-rays and he looked at me and evaluated. He's like, I don't even need an MRI. He's like, I know exactly what you have. So you actually don't have a tear in the muscle. He's like, you tore the top tendon from the pec into the bicep. It inserts. He's like, there's the bottom one and there's the top one. He's like, you tore the top one off. So he's like, but the actual muscle itself is not torn. The muscle was torn apart rather than a tendon tearing from the bone. That's exactly what I did. Tore the tendon right out the bone from the bicep, which there are effective treatments for. There was no surgery or rehabilitation that could fix it. It never healed properly. Hopefully, the dog came back 100%. Yeah, well, you had a tear similar to what Dorian Yates had, I believe, on is it his tricep or his bicep or both? Whereas an actual full, because people ask, why did you retire? Why didn't you just get it surgically reattached? He said, because it's literally the muscle torn in half. So you can't. It's deformed. It's fucked up. There's nothing you can do about it. When it's the actual muscle itself here, and it just rips apart from each other, you can't fix that. Most people don't tear that. Majority of the time, it's usually detached from the bone from the tendon. That's mostly what it is. When you hear someone tearing a bicep, a tricep, a pec, the pec's the most common, and even a quad. I would say a pec's the most. Nah, well, bicep or yeah, pec's probably number one, then bicep second, and then quad or tricep. Um, yeah, I mean, unfortunately for you, yeah, you're screwed. But hey, you're in cahoots with Dorian Yates, and he's doing just fine in life. Myself, yeah, I'm doing as best as I can. I am chest training again. I think I just did chest 2 days ago and shit like that. I definitely had to completely revise my training. I think like things that I cannot do, and I'm pretty confident I'm never going to be able to. Some guys I know at Torch, he's like, nah, dude, it just might be for like 3, 4 months. That's how long mine was. I can't do, but then I know two other guys who told their pack, they say the same thing. They cannot do these movements. I was like, ironically, these are the ones I still can't do. Is any dips or dip machine, which is weird because it's a top tendon. When I go on even a dip machine, that's plate loaded or even the pin loaded one where you're like this sitting down, you press down, I can just feel tons of fucking pain there. I was like, oh fuck, I get even on like a very, very moderate weight. I tried it just last week on an arm day. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not doing fuck this. I ain't doing these. No way, no way, Jose. And I have not tried any type of decline chest press. I've been doing incline and flats, not none of that barbell shit. Just a Smith barbell I've done on the incline. Those feel okay until at the moment, which I think it'll go away until I get to two plates aside, 225 on the incline on the Smith. The weights, oh, that's an easy weight for me for a good. I mean, before the Pantera is probably easily on the incline. Smith probably about 15 reps I'd get with that. But I tried it a few weeks ago. I'm gonna wait a few more to go on that heavy. Um, I could feel it. I had a guy spot me who's a bodybuilder, and I just racked it at 6'1". I was like, it just doesn't feel safe. I was like, I could the weight is fine to move. I was like, it just feels I could just feel too much pressure in the connective tissue and the tendon. But anything under that 185, 205, I could feel without it. I could feel it, but it doesn't feel dangerous. The flat hammer strength, I could go up 3 plates aside, no problem. 10 reps, no problem. Very slow, but a pause off every the full stretch, a pause at the bottom, 2-second pause. And yeah, I've gone back. Oh, the last 2 workouts, I went up to 3 plates and no pain there. So good there. Kudos there. Pec deck, I keep it kind of moderate. I can feel shit. Don't go heavy. Don't go super light. In the medium. Big stretch, big squeeze. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. But if I'm like this for life, to where that's all I could do, I could still get effective enough workouts. Oh, and I haven't tried any pull-ups for back and no lat pull downs. Those I'm a little afraid to do because the big stretch on the bicep tendon might throw those in a few more weeks. I've been training back, and the movements I could do is rows and shit like that, and no pain there. But I'm still a little nervous to throw those. The very last thing I'll ever try is goddamn body weight pull-ups because you're going with your body weight. So if you're throwing on over 200 pounds. So we'll see. But worst case scenario, if I'm stuck where I'm at and I can't, this is as far as I can go as far as training. I can still get effective workouts and we're stimulating enough tissue and they're still productive. But yeah, getting older and got to work around things. So you just got to be smart and know what the fuck you're doing. And you're in a goddamn worse boat than me. So that's it, man. No matter how bad you have it, there's always somebody that worse than you. So you're looking at this, man, fuck, I'm fucked. I got worse than a dog. Hey, man, look at it this way. There's some guy, he's got both his pecs fucking completely tore. One guy's missing his arm. Now there's another guy out there missing 2 arms. The guy missing 2 arms, guess what? He's missing both arms and both legs. Now he's quadruple fuck now, isn't he? Comes with sure. Put the guy by scares every morning. Later, goddamn it.